EPCOT International Festival of the Holidays is a holiday-themed festival that you can find from November 29th to December 30th in Epcot. Your first stop is going to be to grab this festival passport, which is a little guide that will show you everything you need to know about the festival, menus for all the booths, times for entertainment, and the special holiday cookie stroll at the end. If you purchase 5 of these holiday cookies, you do get a special completer prize. We will be doing that today, of course, because how could we not eat 5 holiday cookies today? The first thing to know when you're headed to an Epcot festival is that the booths do not open until 11 a.m. Now, they might open a bit early, so if you do want to stop by 10:30, you might see the booths start to open. But before that, there is still some festival fun that you can do. You can go ahead and check out the festival merchandise, which here is a quick glimpse of that festival merch this year. Start seeing some entertainment. We already heard the Jameters out this morning, and there's lots of fun entertainment at this festival, like the holiday storytellers and the candlelight processional tonight. Now, unlike the holiday parties, you don't have to pay extra for this one. It's included in your park ticket. The festival's just going on while you're at Epcot, so that's pretty awesome. And I think it's time we go and start staking out our first booths. It wouldn't be the holiday season without some sweets, so we are starting at Holiday Hearth Desserts. This is a spot that's going to have a ton of different cakes, cookies, treat mixes, frozen hot chocolate, lots of delicious holiday treats. This is one of my favorite spots every year because there's always some standout desserts. So I'm excited to try out a few of the things. All right, Santa welcomed us in because this is where you can meet and greet with Santa, which is right in this room. I do recommend coming pretty early to this one. It does get busy. Santa's a popular guy. All right, our sampling from Holiday Hearth Desserts is the salted caramel spaceship Earth cookie, obviously a classic for aesthetic reasons, also pretty tasty. And we have this apple crumb cake, which was a favorite of mine last year and one that I'm so excited to try again. This is a winner booth for me. I'm not even that big of a sweets person, but I gotta tell you, this is like gone, and this apple crumble cake is like, if you only ever have learned one thing from me, it's that you should try this if you're coming to Festival of the Holidays. It's so delicious. And then obviously the Spaceship Earth cookie is iconic and sweet, but not overwhelming with the caramel, just perfect blend of flavors, and it looks like Spaceship Earth. But I would consider this a must-stop booth. If you're looking for your little holiday sweet treat, you deserve it. Also, thank you to my table reserver, hi, JP, who is writing our reviews of the festival food today, writing about the festival, writing about the entertainment, sitting in Epcot. That's dedication.
There's no better place to be.
We have to get to France, so, and here it's a long walk, and we have to cross an ocean or something.
Good luck.
For me, I'm headed here to Swirled Showcase to try out the brand new holiday Mickey-shaped liquid nitrogen pop. Chocolate cake pop, M&M's on top, frozen in liquid nitrogen. Tastes good. It's a little cold. Super chocolatey. The M&M's at an awesome crunch, but overall pretty good. We're over here at Festival of Favorites, checking out the menus here. I've got a few in mind to try and pick up, including those Reuben croquettes and that holiday trifle. And I think I even want to try that beer flight too. That one looks impressive. So let's go pick up our haul.
Wow, okay, I can definitely see why some of these are festival favorites or favorites from festivals past coming back and resurfacing. A lot of these are amazing. I will say I wasn't too particularly interested on the ham. The meat is really well cut. It's thin enough that you can eat it pretty comfortably. There's not a super chewy bite to it, and then the veggies aren't super bad either. They do add a nice little crunch to it. This holiday trifle is amazing. I want a lot of these all the time. The little cake truffle slices are nice, and look at the little cranberries. They're like sugared cranberries. I want to know what's up with these Reuben croquettes. It wants to be a hush puppy, but then there's like a corn dog nugget on the inside of it. But it works for it. And then once you dip it in the sauce, oh my gosh, it's like a flavor explosion for your palate. The pecan pie hard cider, delicious. If you're not someone that is super into beers and just kind of like bracing yourself for some of this, I would highly recommend this one. This one was fabulous.
It's finally Festival of the Holidays, and my first booth for the day will be the Bavaria Holiday Kitchen. Now, this is located in the Germany Pavilion. Here you can find pork schnitzel, cheese fondue in a bread bowl, the hazelnut Linzer cookie, and some beverages of alcohol. This booth is such a winner for me personally. Every dish is so flavorful and unique. Starting off with the pork schnitzel, I love mushrooms and the mushroom flavor is very prevalent in this. So delicious and savory. That fried kind of coating on the pork is so delicious and crispy. Winner, winner. And then we have the bread bowl fondue. That cheese has this kind of really fun zestiness to it. The veggies are nice and fresh as well. I really love dipping the cucumber on that. Cheesy-licious. I was so surprised by that spiced wine. Like I said, it smelled very festive and it tasted as well. The cinnamon really comes out. It pairs really well. I was a little nervous because I'm not a big fan of like warm alcoholic drinks, but this was perfect. And the Linzer cookie. Who doesn't love a really nice cookie with that very yummy sweet jam? Flavorful, delicious. The cookie is also soft. It looks crunchy, but it actually melts in your mouth, kind of like a butter cookie of sorts. This booth is a winner for me. Everything was delicious. No matter what you get, I recommend. And my friend over here, I was gonna call him Gingy, but that name's already taken. Gingy boy. That's different. We had boy in it, it's a different name. Gingy boy approves.
Remember, I mentioned holiday entertainment. The main event, in my opinion, at Festival of the Holidays, besides the big show tonight, is the holiday storytellers. These festival storytellers can be found all around World Showcase, and they tell the holiday story respective to the country that they're in or around.
Père Noël, which translates to Father Christmas, is the storyteller here in the France Pavilion.
Oui, je suis le Père Noël, Father Christmas. I am the good spirit of the season.
We're on to La Marche de Noël Holiday Kitchen. France is a popular booth at all festivals. I particularly like it at Festival of the Holidays. France Hall from La Marche de Noël. We have the crème de saumon fumé en brioche au grain de sésame, concombre et radis, which is smoked salmon spread on a sesame brioche roll with cucumber and radishes. Here we have the rôti de jambon sauce moutarde à l'ancienne. This is roasted ham with mushrooms, pearl onions, bacon, white wine, mustard sauce, and a Darfin roasted herb potato. And then back here we've got the bûche de Noël au chocolat et caramel, which is a chocolate fudge, a Christmas log with a caramel cream center. Beverages wise, we've got a returning favorite of mine, the frozen hot chocolate martini with vodka, chocolate milk, and whipped cream. And a new drink, the spiced cranberry punch, Paul Remy sparkling wine, cranberry juice, orange juice, and spiced brown sugar. This is one of my favorite booths for Festival of the Holidays with good reason. It's a very balanced selection and everything feels very upscale. I do think the chocolate cake, the Yule log, is going to be pleasing for anybody, even picky eaters. The savory items, I would not feel that way about. The smoked salmon is so delicious. So they had this last year, but they've changed the presentation of it a little bit. The radish and the cucumber is so fresh and crunchy, great textural element. Absolutely something I would get again as a quick snack or a little prelude to lunch. The ham, this is spectacular. It's so comforting and delicious and loaded with veggies and onions and mushrooms. Super hearty, super savory. The gravy on it is just so good. This is one of the best drinks at the festival. It tastes like Nesquik or frozen hot chocolate. You can taste that there's vodka in it, but only barely. There's none of the like alcohol burn to it. Really, really tasty. You have to like sweet drinks, of course, because it really is more like drinking chocolate milk than it is a cocktail. But you know, there's also the new sparkling wine cocktail. I'm really blown away by this one. This is like a holiday fancy mimosa. It's a quality sparkling wine. And then you've got juices in here and the sugar that makes it just like this holiday, festive, mimosa-esque cocktail. So everything on this table is a win for me.
We have stopped at Funnel Cakes for our first booth here. We're gonna be picking up the gingerbread funnel cake. Now it is topped with vanilla ice cream, gingerbread crumbs, whipped cream, and red and green sprinkles, and will cost you $12. Oh my gosh, this is delicious. The funnel cake itself, you can tell has those gingery spices to it. And then on the top, you also have that thicker sugar, kind of like a cinnamon pretzel. Whoever made the choice to switch from like a soft serve to a block of ice cream, creamy vanilla classic ice cream, hats off to you, friend, because that was the choice to do. And then the little extra gingerbread crumbles on the top were amazing. Yeah, the sprinkles were fun and festive, and they were red and green. They didn't really add anything more to it, just some extra fun textures. But overall, presentation is wonderful.
One of my favorite booths here at Festival of the Holidays, and it's L'Chaim, the holiday kitchen, inspired by Hanukkah and Jewish traditions. All right, so here is my first haul. I'm starting off with the pastrami on rye with a house-made pickle and deli mustard. The drink here in the back is the frozen New York whiskey sour with Manifest whiskey and blackberry wine. We also grabbed the smoked salmon potato latke, and of course we did have to grab the cookie for the cookie stroll, and it's the black and white cookie up here. Smoked salmon latke is one of my favorite things at this festival every single year. The potato is always so nice and starchy, but it's really brought up by the nice lightness of the dill sauce, and I love the smoked salmon. It's never too fishy. It's always really light and salty, which I think pairs really well with the potato. Absolutely wonderful. This is one of my favorite cookies on the cookie stroll. It's almost like cake. It's so thick, but it's so chocolatey and light and fresh, and I really love it. I really like the pastrami on rye, which I have never liked it in the past. It's been okay, but I've never been a fan of it. Not a big fan of deli food. Really enjoy it this year. The pastrami was nice and moist. It wasn't too dry. There was a lot of mustard. It was really apparent in that flavor. The main complaint is that the rye bread was a little bit on the dry side, which was not my favorite thing. And then the frozen whiskey sour was really good. The main flavor in that whiskey drink was really more of the blackberry wine, so it was still on the sweeter side. The whiskey was not super apparent. Overall, I'm always going to give this booth a magic. It is a tried and true favorite of mine, and it will be probably my number one.
Refreshment Outpost is a Coca-Cola sponsored Africa themed moment in between Germany and China. There's a rotating menu with festivals of both beverages and foods, and this happens to be probably my favorite of past years. The peanut stew has sweet potatoes, mustard greens, and roasted peanuts. What they don't tell you is it's very spicy, okay? I'm not saying this gives a little heat. I'm not saying it's a little more heat than Disney is used to offering. It's actually gonna surprise you, because it even surprises me, but I think it's so delicious. I live for the peanut stew. $5.25. You get this whole great serving. I would honestly give anything for this to be offered full time, year round. This is why Emma made up Magic or Tragic. So this could be the most magic thing. Do you want to find a snowman?
If you've got kiddos going around the festival with you, or you just want to play along, you can also do Olaf's Holiday Tradition Expedition. This is a scavenger hunt where you can look for Olaf around the park. And you can do this for free. He's hidden around all the pavilions, but you can also purchase a map for Olaf's Holiday Tradition Expedition. And with this map, you can apply stickers every time you spot an Olaf. And at the end of the day, you can pick up a prize.
The prizes here are these really cute little stencils. I picked Olaf. There are all different Frozen characters that you can choose from, but all of them also come with a Spaceship Earth stencil. All this fun can be yours for just $9.99. You get this EPCOT treasure map, and then you look for that, and then you're there. I don't know.
And over here at Connections Cafe, you can grab the holiday sugar cookie for $4.29. The holiday sweater league waffle is also available here, so if that's all that you want, I would recommend coming here. Unless you want the waffle, then do Connections Eatery, because as you can see, Connections Cafe is a pretty popular spot. I got my holiday cookie, which looks like a sugar cookie with some festive sprinkles, and then of course the holiday sweater league waffle. Yummy, yummy, yummy. If you are doing that holiday cookie stroll, make sure to have your passport. You get a stamp for getting that holiday sugar cookie. But it's just very meh. There was nothing really special about it. It was just your normal sugar cookie. You got the sprinkles, very buttery, very nice and soft, but nothing really wowed me. And then the league waffle, which should have wowed me, but it's kind of alright as well. I would not go out of my way to go and grab these two things.
Welcome to the China Pavilion, where we are visiting Shanghai Holiday Kitchen. This spot is going to have some Chinese holiday dishes, fried rice, noodle soup, and some very fun drinks. All right, quite a few items from Shanghai Holiday Kitchen. We have the XO fried rice, Chinese sausage, onion, green onion, mushroom, egg, and house-made Hong Kong XO chili sauce. We have the beef noodle soup bowl with slow braised beef shank, green onion, and house-made chili oil. And we have the vegetable spring rolls with citrus sauce. For our drinks, we have the taro bubble milk tea, green tea, and boba. It's non-alcoholic. And a cocktail, the Peach of Longevity, peach schnapps, citrus vodka, pina colada mix, and orange juice. So good. Shanghai Holiday Kitchen has really blown me away. I'm typically underwhelmed by the China booth, and I love Chinese food. I typically find that the China booth doesn't really hit the box of authentic or comforting classic Americanized Chinese food. However, I loved everything I ate this year. The spring rolls, not the most exciting, it's only 2. They were very tasty, very crispy. The sauce in them was so good. I have never, ever had like noodles and broth, Asian noodles and broth at an EPCOT festival and been happy with them. I really liked the noodles in this one. The beef was fall apart. A little bit of like a chili oil kind of heat to it. Only a little though, so you didn't taste it in a bite, but like right now I can feel it on my lips after having eaten it. Like a pho broth, if you're familiar. Really, really impressed with that. I would get it again. And my favorite was probably the fried rice. Had a lot of veggies in it. The rice was well cooked. And the pork had kind of like a Swedish marinade to it. Sweet-ish, not Swedish. Kind of reminded me of like a pineapple fried rice. Drinks-wise too, China often has delicious cocktails. That peach longevity was awesome. Super peachy if that's your thing. And then the taro milk tea, it tastes a lot like vanilla. It just does have a little bit something else going on. So picky eaters, beware, because it might just be like too close to something you already like, but not quite right, which I know can be off-putting for some people. I cannot speak to the authenticity of the China booth. However, I really enjoyed everything I ate there. I'd get all of it again. There's also a special upcharge offering this year called Glimmering Greenhouses. Glimmering Greenhouses is a special edition behind-the-scenes tour of Living with the Land, while it has its Glimmering Greenhouses overlay. Yes, Living with the Land does get a holiday overlay. It's beautiful in there, and this behind-the-scenes tour just makes it even more magical.
I say? They took an experience that's already something that I recommend everybody do at least once, the behind the scenes tour, and they turned it into a magical, I mean, it's It was Christmassy, it was holiday, it had holiday vibes, but really it just felt like a magical light show that could be exciting any time of year. And I think of this as getting to hang out inside of one of your favorite rides.
And here is Las Posadas Holiday Kitchen over in the Mexico Pavilion. We got the empanada de pollo, which is a fried corn tortilla filled with chipotle chicken, potatoes, topped with chili rojo salsa, crema mexicana, and queso fresco. That sounds so good. Then we got tamal de puerco con mole, which is shredded pork in a corn masa, topped with mole negro, fresco, crema mexicana, silvered almonds, and sesame seeds. Holiday margarita, which is Dos Hombres mezcal, tequila, cranberry lime juice, allspice, and orange blackcurrant liquors, and the coconut guavarita, tromba blanco tequila, coconut water, guava cream, a hint of lime rum, and orange liqueur with a toasted coconut rim. My heart breaks. I was so looking forward to this one, but none of my expectations were met. The chicken empanada, I feel like the chicken was not seasoned at all. I feel like they depended greatly on the salsa to compensate for it flavor-wise and just didn't do it. And then the tamal with mole and the shredded pork, I also didn't really like that one. It wasn't bad. I will say I enjoyed it overall more than the chicken empanada, but it didn't taste like mole to me. I feel like it is very important to get that cinnamony, chocolatey kind of flavor to pop out, and I didn't taste any of that. The holiday margarita tasted like water. I'm gonna be so honest about that one. I was thinking maybe it sat for too long, so I kind of stirred it. Still didn't really taste anything. It was very, very light flavors, and I didn't enjoy that either. However, the guavarita was good. The guava tasted really fresh. I liked the coconut rim, it was fun. And you may see Ginger Boy over here. He's down like this because he's so upset about it too, right?
Oh, this looks so good. So we've got our haul from the American Holiday Table. You can find this booth in the American Adventure. We've got the slow roasted turkey. You can see it here with its stuffing, the mashed potatoes, green beans, and the cranberry sauce. The blackened catfish. It's also gonna come with Hoppin' John and comeback sauce. And then the Snickers doodle cookie made with Snickers bar pieces. This booth is a total winner. I would go as far as to say best of the fest again. I think it was nominated last year. The blackened catfish is incredible. You're gonna get that good blackened feel, but it's also gonna have a little bit of like a spicier Cajun kick to it. The burst in your mouth when you get to the beans, and then the catfish is just so tender. It just pulls apart whenever you put your fork into it. It's delicious. The turkey stuffing, I was not planning on being as good as it really truly is. The mashed potatoes are a little bit stiffer than what I like, but those green beans are very crisp. They like burst in your mouth as well. And that stuffing has a lot of flavor, even without that cranberry sauce. The Snickerdoodle cookie was phenomenal. It's nice and gooey and chocolatey and everything you love about a Snickers bar. It's actually my favorite candy bar ever, Snickers. And the cookie itself is so soft and chewy. 10 out of 10. Wholly recommend this entire booth for Best of the Fest this year. Now for my next booth, we are going to Hawaii because we are trying Mele Kaliki Maka, the holiday kitchen over here. First we grabbed the Kalua pork with sweet potatoes and a mango salad. Then we got the Lomi Lomi salmon with tomatoes, onions, salmon roe, yuzu mayonnaise, and yuca chips. Then we grabbed the Koki Mocha cookie, topped with coffee-infused buttercream, cocoa nibs, and chocolate-covered espresso beans. Now this is new. And then we also grabbed the Melon Breeze that has dull pineapple juice, lime juice, melon liqueur, and a Sailor Jerry spice rum. I am obsessed with this. So first off, we're gonna start with the Kalua pork. It is so perfectly sweet, but then balances incredibly well with the starchy sweet potato, purple sweet potato underneath, and then the mango on top. It's so interesting. It's definitely a heavier dish, but really, really exciting to me. Lomi Lomi salmon I really like this. This is going to be not everyone's cup of tea. The salmon is a little bit fishier, which makes it saltier. It is more aromatic. There's a lot of, I've found maybe some lime in there, a little bit of acidity. The green onions pack a punch with the flavor, and I wish there were more house chips. The cookie is incredible. For my coffee lovers, you have to grab it. It's so soft, but not overly moist, and the coffee bean flavor sits right here at the front of the mouth. So wonderful. 2 incredible cookies out the gate for me. And then finally, when it comes to the melon breeze, this is like the perfect tropical vacation-y drink. Really light, really melony, super sweet, and it's one of those, if you don't like the taste of alcohol, this might be right up your alley. Perfectly juicy. Overall, I'm giving the full booth a magic because I think it deserves it.
A gingerbread spaceship Earth that lights up just like the beacon of magic, which was applied for the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. I think it's safe to say that this is my favorite gingerbread structure of anything I've ever seen in my entire life. And nothing will ever mean anything to me for the rest of time regarding gingerbread, besides the gingerbread spaceship Earth that actually lights up with the beacon of magic.
One of my favorite festival tips is to use the festival gift card. During every single EPCOT festival, Disney sells these wristlet gift cards that you can load up with the amount of money you think you'll want to spend during the day. Then you just have a gift card on your wrist instead of having to pull your wallet out, and you know when you've spent the amount of money you put on the gift card. I usually start with $50 or $100 depending on how much I want to spend. Then I can make the decision to add more if I do go through that.
All right, we've made our selections at Experimental Prototype Cookies of Tomorrow from the Communicore Hall. Check out our haul here. We've got the lovely Spaceship Earth Tile Gingerbread Triangle. Now this one smells divine. It smells like those pieces that you can get from the gingerbread house over at the Grand Floridian. This one will cost you $10. And the gingerbread milkshake right here. The gingerbread milkshake was super good, but it is truly just a gingerbread milkshake. So for $4.75, not so bad, but you really have to appreciate the gingerbread taste. The gingerbread triangle is very similar to that same softer, chewier consistency to those gingerbread shingles that you can get over at the gingerbread house at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort. The icing is very hard, so hard in fact it actually came off of my piece. And it is also coated on the back with milk chocolate, which is good, but I feel like for $10, you do much better going to the resort and picking up your treats there rather than right here.
And here's our score from Nochebuena Cocina. So we got the plant-based chorizo tamal with cotija and spicy red chili sauce. We got a pastelón over there with sofrita marinated beef with sweet plantains and olives. This is the cinnamon spiced chocolate crinkle cookie, which is part of the cookie stroll, so make sure if you're doing that, have your little brochure ready. They give you that stamp. And also the ponche navideño, which is Christmas punch with apples, pears, guava, oranges, dried hibiscus, brown sugar, tamarind, cinnamon sticks, cloves, and it's served warm.
The chorizo tamal, I really liked that it was plant-based and it was delicious. Very savory, love that sauce on top. Spicy, and the good kind of Disney spicy where it's a little bit more spicy than mild, but not enough where your tongue is burning. The tamal gave kind of like a dry, sandy kind of texture, which is not what I would want from that. So it wasn't fantastic. I did really enjoy the ponche navideño. Oh my gosh, it was so fruity. I love that it was warm as well because it's kind of chilly right now. You can tell by the weather, it's not super sunny. And that warmed me up really well. It felt nice and cozy, and the fruity flavors are very strong. I will say that the pastelón was all right. I did like the plantains, and I think when I had that first initial bite, it tasted amazing. But then the more I ate it, the more I was like, okay, I wasn't hard eyes over it. And the cinnamon spice chocolate crinkle cookie. Now, it's funny because I watched Kristen Chenoweth make crinkle cookies the other day, and I was craving them. So thank you, Disney, for putting them on the lineup. You satisfied my cravings. It was yummy, very soft, very sweet. However, there was no cinnamon. So if that's what you're expecting, you might be disappointed. But if you just want a good chocolate cookie, then I recommend. It was good.
Now, I have made my way over to Japan for another one of my personal favorites. Our team was really kind when they gave me my booth list. But I keep finding this girl.
Whoa.
Are you following me?
Hey,
Hey, no cameras.
No cameras. That's your job. All right, here is the Shiwasu Holiday Kitchen Hall. This is the famous sushi tree roll. It's a Christmas tree shaped sushi roll with crab meat cream cheese topped with salmon roe and spicy mayo. To drink, I got the Ichigo Boba, which is cranberry and yuzu cream drink with popping strawberry boba pearls at the bottom. This is the Tashikoshi Soba with buckwheat soba noodles in a hot dashi soup topped with shrimp tempura and chopped green onions. And then for a little dessert, we did grab the mochi donut wrap. It's a soft, chewy fusion pastry served with strawberry, whipped cream, strawberry sauce, sweet red beans, and wrapped with a rice cake sheet. This soba is one that I have gotten every single year for the last few years because I genuinely really love it. The buckwheat noodles are so soft and just really flavorful. So the dashi has a really wonderful saltiness that pairs great with the shrimp. I really love the shrimp tempura in this, although I will say make sure to eat it first. Don't let it sit in the broth because then it gets a little soggy. And although it does soak up all that awesome dashi, personally I like when my tempura is nice and crunchy because that adds a really exciting element. Sushi tree. This is always a hit for me. It's very simple sushi. I would not say it's really super outgoing. But if you're trying something new, I think this is a great simple sushi to try out. Go for like a tuna roll or something, but this one's also not too scary. Mochi donut, loved it. I love a mochi donut. It is so nice and fluffy. It's really sweet thanks to that strawberry sauce. Big fan of this one. In the past, I have not liked the mochi that they served, but I think this one is really great. And it's not too floury, which I don't always like if it's on my mochi. Finally, the Ichigo Boba is definitely my favorite drink I've had so far. It is so fruity and sweet. It's really light on the palate, and I think it pairs beautifully with the mochi donut. So huge fan of this one. It does separate a little bit, so kind of be prepared to mix it up, but overall, these will be things I come back for time and time again.
And our next assignment, Miranda and I,
We feast.
we feast on nothing but holiday nuts.
Nothing but nuts.
That's right, roasted on an open fire. We've got our chestnuts, just like Mel Torme said. Starting with pecans. Chestnut.
Cheers.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like the driest baked potato I ever ate in my life.
It is very, yes.
Flavor, magic. Texture, tragic.
I'm going tragic on both.
You are?
Yeah.
Another entertainment option at the festival is Joyful, a celebration of the season. This show plays several times a day, and it is gospel mixed with jazz and R&B. It is a very fun show celebrating Christmas and Kwanzaa, and one that if you can catch it, I do recommend.
In just 1 hour, we will be sitting inside this theater listening to a full orchestra and a choir sing beautiful Christmas music while a celebrity narrator tells the Christmas story. And guess who the celebrity narrator is tonight, the very first night of 2024? Josh Gad. Now, if you wish to expedite this standby line, there is another option, and that is to purchase a dining package at a participating restaurant. You get to eat dinner, and then you get a ticket to go to a special line just for people who have the dining package, and that gives you expedited entry, guaranteed seating at the Candlelight Processional.
And wrapping up my bites for the day, I'm going to say ciao because we are going to the Tuscany booth here in Italy. I love that I get this booth every year because it's famously not good. So I like putting it to the test and seeing just how not good it is at each festival. First we grabbed the Montanera, which I'm sorry if I'm butchering these, but it's a fried house-made pizza dough with pomodoro sauce, parmesan, and fresh basil. We also grabbed the Dolce Pizza, fried house-made pizza dough with sugar and cinnamon. And then here in the front we grabbed the panettone. It's panettone bread pudding and vanilla cream. I didn't like it. I'm not a fan. again, this booth famously is just not that good when you think it really should be. The dough I found just extremely chewy and not in a fun, positive way. It was just kind of soggy. It really soaked up a lot of the sauce on top, which was just really a plain tomato sauce. There was not a ton of flavor there. The Parmesan tried to do what it could, but overall I just found it really unpleasant. It's just like incredibly chewy and soggy. This was the kind of sugary donut. It was a very similar dough situation. It was just incredible. It was incredibly chewy and a little bit hard to get through. Almost gummy, I think was a good word. Finally, with the panettone, this one was my favorite of what we had. The bread pudding soaked it up really, really nicely. It also was a bit chewy. I don't know if that's just a problem with their bread, but the flavors all combined really, really well. The vanilla cream is a nice flavor, but I don't think that the orange in the bread pudding can really, it can't save those things. So overall, this booth is getting a tragic, unfortunately. I think that's about right. Pretty on par.
All right, I'm coming up on another booth here in Canada just as we make our way through the World Showcase. It's the Yukon Holiday Kitchen. Here's what we picked up from the Yukon Holiday Kitchen. First up, we got the seared salmon with butternut squash puree, maple bourbon glaze, and fennel arugula salad. You can see it right there on the top. It looks so good. Then we've got the peppermint pinwheel cookie. I believe there's been a version of this existing at some of the Festival of the Holidays in years past. Beef bourguignon is next with the crushed potatoes underneath it. It looks fantastic. And for our beverage, we did pick up the regional ice wine. Holy cow. Canada never ceases to amaze me, festival after festival, and it's like they keep building and building and building all up until the Festival of the Holidays. Peppermint pinwheel cookie is incredible. You really have to like peppermint because it's going to give you that nice icy feel to it. The cookie itself kind of crumbles a little bit. It reminds me of the cookies that like I bake with my kids, the little Pillsbury like pre-cut cookies that you just push in the oven that have the fun designs. They're fun, they're cute, but this one's just kind of an upgraded version of it. The ice wine is delicious. I had it after the peppermint pinwheel and it's like it enhanced that peppermint flavor. So good. The beef bourguignon, amazing. I don't know how else to say that. It's like a yummy beef stew sitting on top of a bed of crushed potatoes, like mashed potatoes, with yummy tender beef cuts in it. So good. It's got some great flavor to it, wonderful veggies, and I'm not even a veggie person, and I can eat this time and time again. The seared salmon, you know, I've already ate almost half of it. It was so good. That butternut squash is nice and bright, gives it a nice fruity flavor to it. It's not super briny or seafoody, but you can tell that it's a fish. So good. So good. The arugula salad was okay. I'm not one for a lot of greens, so I kind of picked that off a little bit, but very nice. And I feel like it's a pretty healthy portion, especially the beef bourguignon that you get. Holy cow.
I know that we talked a little bit about the cookie stroll earlier, but basically, you know, you get 5 cookies, you get a 6th completer cookie that's exclusive for that for free. So I just got this stamp right here. And I'm gonna go collect the other stamps for my friends so we can get the completer. But first, we gotta eat this bad boy, which is the beautiful, look how thick that is. This is the beautiful peanut butter cookie from Sunshine Seasons here in the Lamp Pavilion. Peanut buttery, crumbly. Honestly, I would describe it as buttery. It's like super like rich and delicious. It's like there's like an oiliness from the butter, but in like a really pleasant way. It just makes it feel like a treat, you know? And easy to pop in a box and take back to the hotel or back home. Holiday Sweets and Treats is our finale spot because this is where you can get your completer prize if you get 5 cookies on the cookie stroll. So we've been eating cookies all day as a team, and all of those cookies have come together now to net us the prize. Here it is, our prize, ta-da! So typically, Festival of the Holidays, the completer cookie is another cookie, and it has a fondant top, and it's usually really, really gross in my opinion. I do not like fondant, and the cookie itself typically tastes like cardboard. This year they've gone a different direction, and a direction I really, really love. The prize for getting 5 cookies on the cookie stroll, eating 5 cookies over the course of your day, or multiple days. If you bring your passport back, it's not like it expires day of. You can get this holiday cookie stroll cookie mix. It's got instructions on the back for method of preparation. It says, "Happy holidays from our worldwide family to yours. You've completed our cookie stroll. Now it's time to create your own cookie at home." And it's stuff to make a cookie, and it's cookie mix to make cookies at home. I actually really love this because if you've eaten 5 cookies, even if you've split it with your family, you probably don't want another treat when you arrive for your completer, and this is like a free fun souvenir that you can take home and continue the Festival of the Holidays fun.
Okay, now last thing on my list, we've made it all the way up to the front of the park for the lovely nighttime spaceship Earth show. I absolutely love this. It's not too long and I highly recommend, so we're gonna check it out together before we wrap up for the night. And that is a really fun glimpse of the nighttime show. I personally love it because Adele Dazeem sings in it. So what else can you ask for? Y'all like that? They ate that up.
What are you doing here?
I'm not. She's followed me all day. And that is everything there is to see at EPCOT International Festival of the Holidays in 2024. So without further ado, the AllEars team brings you the best parts of the festival. For me, it's the France booth.
Bavaria Holiday Kitchen, that was my favorite booth so far this year. Delicious. I'm still dreaming about the pork schnitzel. It was really, really good. And I just enjoyed the holiday vibes, being with the gang here and just having a good time. And Ginger Boy being with me. Isn't that right? Yeah, yeah.
Favorite part of this year's Festival of the Holidays was being able to enjoy all the amazing food and beverage options that are new this year to the festival, and even being able to enjoy favorites from festivals past. That was a really cool thing to experience, and it's made even better whenever you're able to experience that with people that you love and care about.
My favorite part of Festival of the Holidays 2024, behind the scenes tour, Glimmering greenhouses.
Personally, my favorite part of any festival is eating all the good snacks. I was at pretty much all my favorite booths this year, so nothing that I can complain about except Tuscany. We will always complain about you, Tuscany.
Not the place, just the booth.
What are you doing here? Whoa.
Take that knowledge and do with it what you will. That is everything there is to see at the EPCOT International Festival of the Holidays for 2024. If you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. And now go check out our coverage of Jollywood Nights at Hollywood Studios. We'll see you there.